Hey, what's happening, people? It is me and Pop. We on this couch, man. We back in here with another good episode for you young men, for you fellas, and the ladies who follow us. We appreciate you. Everybody from the different areas, area codes, states, continents. Me and Pop appreciate you. Let's get into some more of this foolishness.
Tell me why you don't want to have a partner in life. Tell me why it's more worth it to be single than to have a partner.
I wouldn't say that I'm done, but I can wholeheartedly say the content I chose to consume over the last couple of years around dating and relationships, spouted by men online.
It's a woman's nature to never be satisfied.
Women can't love you, bro.
She's always going to be looking at you saying, is this the best I can do?
Hasn't exactly motivated me and inspired me to want to get myself out there.
The woman does not care if you're unhappy in the relationship.
There is no such thing as a good girl.
I developed trust issues.
As long as she gets what she wants out of the relationship, your feelings are inconsequential to her.
Became more skeptical of women.
The only difference between a good girl and a bad girl is that the good girls ain't been caught yet.
Which didn't come from my experiences with women, it came from consuming content like this.
You are delusional if you think that your girlfriend doesn't have a backup guy or multiple backup guys.
So real quick, just for all our fellas, we gonna side more with the men he using in this video, but we also wanted to hold him accountable real quick. If that didn't come from your experience with women, then you shouldn't have been consuming that content to begin with. Most men who are in our space and most men who done really been out here dating women, you've been cheated on and had your heart broke before. So let's stop fronting, sir. Like, what's his name? Will, let's stop fronting like every woman you had was perfect. But if they was, then obviously you should have been married. But if these wasn't your personal experiences, why was you checking for that kind of content? I'm going to just go ahead and hold you accountable.
Higher rhetoric around pursuing, dating, relationships, or even marriage is entirely negative and cynical.
The reason why women initiate divorce breakups on an overwhelming level is because they think the grass is always greener on the other side.
The narrative that's painted is that women are incapable of taking responsibility.
Okay, now let me tell you my problem with Will. He was pandering a little bit. Actually, now that I'm listening to it, fellas, I just edited this because Pop sent it to me. I'm going to let you know. He pandering at his part, right? Okay. Will, let's take the content out of it and let's just stick to numbers and facts.
Here we go.
Will, 70 to 80% of divorces are initiated by women.
Facts.
Will, most women will leave you if they get bored, which means she do think the grass is greener on the other side.
Facts.
Will, it's a fact that most fathers, most husbands get screwed and ruined in divorce. These are facts, Will. This ain't got nothing to do with the content.
No.
It's a fact. Most men don't win custody when they go to court. It's a fact, Will.
Facts.
It's also a fact that like 30-40% of men are paying for a child that's not biologically theirs. That's a fact, Will. See, why do dudes like him choose to act like it was just the content? Okay, so Will, let's talk about it real quick. So when are women held accountable? When they commit the same crime as men, they're given less time. What do you notice now when you wake up almost every day and almost every week? There's another teacher that's sleeping with an underage boy. If that was reversed, that dude would have got 20 years. These women is sometimes even getting 2-3 months and back on the streets. The one woman slept with the little underage boy and then said when she get out, she gonna put him on child support. And in the state that they live in, it's gonna be legal. For her to be done did this little boy wrong, but because she done had a baby with him, then turn around and put the boy on child support.
That's what they do.
So Will, when is it that they take accountability? Because name a situation to me where a man could have did what that young lady did, impregnated this young lady, then pretty much didn't do no prison. Then they gave her a few months and then come back out and put her on child support. Where's the accountability? Because if we was taking accountability, we would take accountability for the fact that you can just walk into court and say, hey, you know, I feel like I want to sleep with somebody else, my marriage over. See, Will was pandering, but it's okay. Will, we gonna hold you accountable, Will.
for their actions.
If a man cheats, he's a piece of shit. If a woman cheats, a man's a piece of shit because he failed to meet her needs.
And don't take any accountability for their behavior either.
They don't.
Him, he can't control himself and he's an animal. A woman, she's on a journey of self-discovery. And she had to find the truth of what's in her heart.
Maybe I innocently searched up something about women or dating, and it wasn't long before I was sucked down the rabbit hole.
You are responsible for her happiness, not her, because they are not accountable.
That even if you believe in yourself to be a good man and wish to do good in the world, because it makes you feel good,
women are going to betray you.
that doesn't fucking matter.
It's a fact of life.
No matter what transpires, it's always your fault as a man.
If something goes wrong in the relationship, it's your fault. Whether or not you can control it or not, you still have to take responsibility.
Even though you did everything you could do to prevent it, it's your fault. Even though you've been the best husband in the world, even though you've been every checklist that she had on that checklist board, even though you Superman, it's still your fault. See, that's female nature for you. Niggas still stay the same because it's your fault. They can never take accountability for their actions.
That women don't care about who you are as a man, they only care about what you provide them.
All women are fucking gold diggers.
Which is just money and resources.
Some are just better at hiding the fucking shovel.
All you end up doing is keeping women that you're romantically involved with at a safe distance.
Women will only like you for what you can provide for them.
If you have your doubts about being able to offer women anything, you become less inclined to want to pursue it and give it a try.
They will only see like how much water can they take from your well, and if that well dries up, they're gonna leave.
And I will admit, it's very easy to have tunnel vision and have your blinders on.
She's not your girl, it's just your turn.
If you're continuously hearing the same message over and over again.
No woman on this planet wants to settle for a man that they feel like they could do better.
Which is why it's been incredibly beneficial for me to hear the perspective from other people outside of this male space. The stuff I've learned from women's perspective has been eye-opening and beneficial. But even the viewpoints from the men outside of this space that have showcased to me the types of characteristics of the type of man I wish to aspire to be.
And unfortunately, a lot of these women feel like you are not their best option.
I'd rather not be an option at all.
That's why there's women that will not feel bad that they leave you and cheat on you.
Then experience the heartbreak that I will inevitably experience, according to this rhetoric, which has just led me to emotionally shut down and disassociate.
Because at the end of the day, you just aren't her best option.
In hindsight, I wouldn't say that I'm done, because to be honest, I really haven't given it a fair crack.
Never have that kind of relationship in a world where you're always afraid to take the first step, because all you see is every negative thing 10 miles down the road.
And this doesn't just play out in my romantic relationships, it leaks out into other areas of my life too.
Why are so many guys single today?
I struggle with all the pressure and hitting the mark.
Because they suck.
Struggling to meet this apparent expectation to become above average.
Dude, the average guy is shit.
I have to strive to become the best version of myself just for a chance or an opportunity to be considered as an option for a woman who by this rhetoric is just going to use me anyway.
Women can't love you.
This video is just to paint a picture, to show how I ended up thinking the way I did, how I'm trying to head in a better direction. And I don't want to have a negative view on women because it's not fair to them. None of it makes me feel good. I don't want to be single for the rest of my life, but I don't necessarily have a plan of action. Maybe it just starts with this video as some sort of acknowledgement. I dug myself into this hole and that's my fault, and it's 100% my responsibility to climb and find my way.
Find his way out. All right, thank God. I was ready for Will to stop pandering. Okay, first of all, for me, you shouldn't have been letting content just drive your life if it ain't things that you've personally been through. I go off of what I've been through. Let me say something, I'm married. I don't have a negative view of women. I have a realistic view of women. You should never, ever tell yourself she won't, because she will. Nobody's saying all women is bad. Of course we know that's not true. We know all women don't cheat. We know all women don't do negative things. We know that. But in today's society, in 2023, Will, it is about what you can do. We say it all the time off camera. You don't love me. You just love what I do. If you go broke, Will, she is going to leave. And you and any other damn dummy that think that she ain't is out your rabbit ass mind. There are very few women who going to go sleep under that bridge in a cardboard box with you. It is a very, very, very small amount of men on this planet who will ever meet, who will ever have love like that in this lifetime.
I got to say this about Will.
Well, he was pandering good, though.
Right, he was. And the content, though. But here's what I want to say about Will.
and you could tell, I mean, for me anyway, see, Will got a reality check. See, Will was one of those guys that I believe that actually thought that as a whole, they were better than what he's finding out that they really are. Now, I ain't saying he said, but see what I'm getting at?
I do see where you're going.
Because I think that for him, he's like, well, hold on, because if you notice, he told us, well, I ain't really been out there. But all of those other guys that was making the comments, they've been out there and they were speaking from their own personal experiences. Will hasn't had those experiences because he ain't been dating the way everybody else has. So for Will now, it's a reality check. It's a reality check for Will because Will didn't realize, to me, he didn't realize it was that bad. Now, was he kind of sort of trying to advocate for women? Yeah, he was.
He was pandering.
But along with that, Will he got a reality check. Man,
he did, and I actually don't disagree with you on that.
He got a reality check. But think about the women. I mean, I'm sorry, not the women, but think about the other guys. But they told him, hold on, when you look at this now, Will, hold on now, because remember the lady at the beginning, her thing was that I want to know from y'all men why you've checked out. And so in the video, you got all these different reasons that the men had let you know for the reason why they've actually checked out. And you know what? Here's the reality.
He wasn't listening.
No, he wasn't. Because here's reality. The reality is that I've been married, I've been cheated on. So I mean, I'm gonna go down the same road because I'm like, hold on, man.
You know me.
It's real.
What we do over here, we do numbers, right? That's what we like to do.
Uh-oh.
Will got to go find me numbers that support that anything that most of those men said was wrong. Tell him to go find me the numbers because here's reality, right?
He's not gonna find them. We know that.
We need to actually shoot the little clip, right? But we seen the little clip where they was on the little news show and the one girl said that now in the cities, now that women are making a certain amount of money, they don't want to date down, right? But historically, men have always dated down if they've always had the money.
And still do.
And still do right now today, right? Okay, so then Will, you tell me what numbers you got that women make more money and they keeping their man. You don't.
No, you don't. You don't.
Will, what numbers you got where they pay more alimony? Will, what numbers you got where they pay more child support?
Well, he didn't.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like, come on, Will, you got to be realistic. Do you really think men would be out here saying this shit just to say it if it wasn't happening? They saying it because they experiences in the dating pool. Right. And once again, like I said earlier, if those are not your experiences, why were you searching and listening for that content? You said you searched something and it led you down a rabbit hole. No, you said over the last few years. That means you have chosen to wake your ass up and get on TikTok and YouTube and search this content. And if you said that wasn't your experience, why did you go down that road? I'm not Mormon, so I don't search Mormon content.
Well, but once again, but what I realized,
and I'm out here in Utah. Shout out to all my Mormons, and shout out to all my Mormon friends and all my coworkers and my peoples out here, my neighbors. But I don't go search their content because that's not who I am.
But what did Will find out? Will found out,
like you said, he got that reality check. It's worse than he thought, which is why I said after the first video, you should have never went down the rabbit hole. You should have left it at that one guy's video and been done. You done spent you said few years. That's at least 2. You done spend at least 2 years listening to the content. Now you're going to try to shoot a video like it's the content. Well, then what the hell if that wasn't your experiences? What did you keep trying to listen to the content for? One video and you should have been one and done like Carmelo Anthony when he was playing for Syracuse trying to go to pro and get to the league. It's me and Pop. We over here on the couch. We over here on YouTube. Y'all come check us out. We just tell it like it is over there on TikTok.